Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Does Things Podcast. I'm your host, Paul, and once again with me today.
It's Adam.
Hey, anyway, so it's been a couple weeks. So podcast launch, and that's quite something. You know, only have like one or two views per episode right now.
The birthday of the podcast.
The birthday of the podcast was like
the actual birthday, not the like every year day.
hold on, what are you talking about?
Well, people say birthday, right? And then they mean like when they're 5-year-olds, they celebrate their birthday, or when they're 10. You know, when they turn of a new age.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the day was actually born.
Oh, like the actual birth date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Birth dates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. So like, my birthday is like the 4th of January.
Yeah.
But like we celebrated on the 5th.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying like the podcast has been born.
Yeah. That's the launch date, and that was like what, 2 weeks ago?
What's today?
2 weeks
15th?
ago of 3 weeks
ago.
ago of recording
It was
of this recording
Oh,
during the time of this recording, because this won't launch. This episode probably won't be launching anytime soon. So
today's January 15th.
it is. Oh, that is 10 days ago.
Yeah.
The launch on the
Quick
5th.
math.
Yeah. Whoops. Awkward. Yeah. So how you been, man? It's been a little bit since we actually had an actual conversation.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, but then again, I also don't see you that often at
Yeah.
all.
So, yeah, dude. UT life, dude.
Yeah, it's rough and it's busy, but it's all right.
Yeah, I figured so. Yeah. Yeah. So you finally had your Google internship interview.
Yeah, I did. I had that earlier today.
Yeah.
It went better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I studied a good amount for it. I wish I
Mhm.
studied more, but I think I studied a lot considering that this is like winter break and I'm not really supposed to be doing anything.
Yeah.
And then especially the questions I was given during my interview were a lot easier than the ones I practiced on.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
So that made the interview easier.
Oh, dang.
So
dude.
I'm glad I did all this.
Yeah, that's good.
That I
Wait,
did.
hold on. Like, where was your study material coming from? Was it from Google itself, or like?
No, it's just there's a lot of like practice coding problems out there. And I like this one website called leetcode.com. That's where I got most of my practice problems from for this interview.
Oh, okay. And luckily, Google just had it easier for a reason.
Yeah, well, I think part of it was like this is an internship position.
Yeah.
And so like of course the questions aren't going to be as hard.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, I just figured like I knew there was a chance that the questions could be easier, especially considering it was for an internship, but
Yeah.
I'd rather over prepare than under prepare.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like it's always a safe thing to do. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with an opportunity this
Especially
size.
when it's Google of all places.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
When we came back from our trip, I was like, all right, it's all studying now until the interview.
Oh yeah. And how long was that trip? Like a week ago? I think it was a week ago, right?
A little bit more. It was like 10 days ago.
10 days ago. Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. Yeah, because the trip was on the same day of the day that the podcast launched. I keep forgetting. Yeah. So what we did was we went to Houston and for a day trip. So basically, we left dinner at night, and then we arrived like in Houston at like 1 a.m. That was a fun ride though.
I didn't plan it.
Yeah, I didn't really plan it much either. Not gonna lie. Well, I planned something else, but of course things things didn't play out as planned.
That's right.
So that's just life for you. So
yeah, it made the trip easier.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, but first time in Houston, dude. How did you feel?
The highways are wide.
Oh yeah, dude. There's more lanes and the lanes are bigger. Like that's crazy.
It's great. I like it.
Yeah, just to give a reference. We live in Austin, so like, if y'all are from here, Austin, yeah, y'all would probably know what we're talking about.
Average number of lanes on the highway here is like 3.
2 to 3. It's 3. I think it's like 3 at most.
Well, it gets to most at 4. But that's for like the on ramp and the off ramp.
Yeah.
But like usually it's 3. And so Houston, I think the average is like 4 at minimum.
I think it was, 4 minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
minimum.
6 at times.
6 at times. Yeah, dude. Stupid. Remember that one accident when it came across?
Yeah.
That was so dumb. That was a small accident, and it took up 4 lanes. I'm like, dude.
No, it took 5.
Oh, it took 5. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so the highway was 5 lanes wide.
5, 6.
And
yeah.
so there was an accident, and the fire truck was like blocking traffic, I guess, from the accident.
Yeah.
And the fire truck parked like lengthwise. I guess that's how you describe it, and took up all 5 lanes.
That was so stupid.
Of the highway.
Like,
so the cars literally had 5 lanes of highway had to squeeze into like one like emergency lane to get by.
Yeah.
And then like once we like got past the fire truck and saw the accident, like it wasn't even that bad.
No.
And it wasn't even taking up 5 lanes.
No,
it was taking up like 3 maybe.
Yeah, for real. Like, and like there's like we have here in Austin we've had like accidents way worse, and we're still really cramming it into one lane somehow. I mean, it's probably not ideal, but we make it work. Now, I'm not an emergency worker, so I don't know what the thing or like the behind the scenes are, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I thought it was, I don't know. I thought it was unnecessary.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I don't know. I'm not professional.
Yeah, of course, same. Like, I mean, this is just based off of our speculation.
Yeah.
From what we know and what we could see, but that was annoying.
I liked the city overall, though.
Oh yeah, I like the city.
I think it's way better developed than Austin.
Austin, most definitely, considering it's bigger too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I felt like traffic. There was definitely more traffic, and it was definitely slower. But I felt like I was moving more.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And maybe that was just because like I'm not like I don't know where I'm going, so like it feels different, you know?
Yeah. You felt like you were exploring, kind of.
Yeah, it did. But I'm saying like maybe if I wasn't actually moving, I kind of felt like I was moving because I was like seeing new things.
Oh yeah. Like it was like new
so it was
sceneries.
like a psychology trick.
Yeah,
but
yeah. You basically kept entertained, basically.
Yeah,
kind of.
But I remember we left from
Humboldt.
that park.
Oh, I think it's Buffalo Bayou.
I think so.
Yeah, Buffalo Bayou.
Like in the middle, like in downtown, pretty much.
Yeah.
To like somewhere like kind of towards the outside of the city, but not. And it took us an hour.
Yeah, I think it was mostly traffic at that point.
Yeah,
I think so.
But I was like, dang.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like
looking at the map and like how much progress we made, I was like, this is.
Dude, I was so annoyed by the traffic in the morning. So like, shout out to Rachel, but we were in Humboldt, Texas, and then we had to get to Rachel's house. We were picking up my friend Rachel to hang out for the day. From where we stayed for our Airbnb to her house was like 40 minutes. Guess how long the traffic took? 40 minutes. By the time we got out of traffic, like we could have been at her house already, and that was so dumb.
Maybe.
Yeah, but luckily the day was a little dry, so like we kind of just killed time anyway. So
yeah,
luckily, yeah, but like, yeah, dude, would you go again? Houston again?
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah, there's still a lot we didn't get to do.
Yeah, I heard there's not a lot to do in Houston though.
I'm a little surprised, honestly, because everybody always hypes up Houston, and then like there's nothing to do there.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like it's so populated.
Yeah,
but,
it really is.
I would go back for sure.
Yeah, I'd go back for the food. Honestly.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of places. There's a lot of places I want to eat. We just ate at McDonald's and Popeyes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, that McChicken thing you had me eat, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I went back and got another one when we came back here.
Oh, dang. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I want one now.
And then
I want one now.
The Popeyes chicken sandwich, it was so good.
It tasted a lot better last time I had it.
Tasted way better that Popeyes we went to.
Yeah, like I have a weird, I don't know if it's, so like this is a weird thing when I have Popeyes. So I've had that chicken sandwich 6-7 times now. I think I've tasted 6 or 7 different sandwiches every time I get the spicy chicken sandwich. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It was like, this first time I had it, I was like, well, this is so overhyped. The second I had it, I was like, okay, it's tastier. The third time, I was like, oh yeah, this most definitely tastes better than Chick-fil-A.
I feel like it's not consistent across like different locations and maybe even like different time periods.
I think it could be time periods for sure.
Maybe, but it's I think it's better than Chick-fil-A sandwich.
That one time we had it, yeah. I'd say one time period.
Okay, yeah. Like the first time I had it was like actually with you. When we went to Best Buy.
Yeah, we just sat in the Best Buy parking lot.
And it wasn't as good, but I would have called it equal to the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yeah.
Because like to me at least the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is like, I mean it's not bad, but it's kind of bland also. Like it doesn't taste unique.
You think so? Do you normally
it tastes like a chicken sandwich and that's it.
Do you normally get the regular one from Chick-fil-A or the spicy one from Chick-fil-A?
That's a good point. I think you only get the regular.
Yeah, because I've never gotten the
Okay.
regular from Chick-fil-A because it kind of looks like ass.
Well, I got the regular from Popeyes first. Also.
Yeah, you did. So
Maybe okay. Maybe I should try the spicy from Chick-fil-A.
yeah, you really should.
Yeah, I should. But I don't know, man. The spicy from
Popeyes.
it was so good.
That was
it
top
was
notch
so good.
for sure.
I'm gonna start going to Popeyes now.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
just for
because of
chicken
that.
sandwich alone.
Well, not even that. I'm like, okay, now I'll consider Popeyes as like somewhere I will eat.
Yeah.
Because I just haven't gone there.
Yeah,
before.
I know Popeyes on certain days of the week. I think like Tuesday and Thursdays, maybe. I think I know it for only being Tuesdays, but we've gotten the deal on Thursdays before. Basically, the deal is you get 2 pieces for the price of one.
2 what?
2 pieces for price of one.
What do you mean 2 pieces?
Fried chicken.
Oh,
It's a fried chicken chain. So
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a pretty good deal. I feel like trash after eating it though. So
That's a good point.
yeah, but I mean, if you eat in moderation like a normal person would, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But dude, the chicken sandwich, yeah, most definitely. But I kind of want the hot and spicy from McDonald's now.
All right, let's go.
Honestly, yeah, we'll go right after this. You know, I have some change in my wallet. We can do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, but yeah, dude. So yeah, Google. We were just talking about Google and how to get here. I know there's more I want to talk about with Google. I kind of forgot.
We were talking about the trip.
We were talking about the trip.
I think we were. I don't know.
Wait.
I mentioned that after the trip, all I did was study for the.
Oh,
interview.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's how we got here.
Everything else is off the table.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways,
But yeah, I think it went pretty well.
yeah, the internship. Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, the interview.
Oh yeah, the interview for the
Yeah.
internship.
Yeah.
The interview for the internship.
Yeah, so it was a phone interview. I actually had 2
Oh, it was a
interviews.
phone interview?
Mm-hmm.
Hold up.
Well, so I think I see your confusion. So it's a phone interview, right? Like
Okay.
we talk to each other on the phone, but then we
Okay.
have a Google Doc that we share,
Oh.
so that he can see what I
Oh,
type.
he sees it as you do it.
Well,
Okay.
so we both can see.
Okay.
So I can see what he types. He can see what I type.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually had 2 interviews back to back. They're both 45 minutes long. So I had like a 15-minute break in between.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first interview, I was nervous going in.
Yeah,
of
I
course.
imagine so. Yeah, because
So I had to like.
yeah.
I remember I reserved like 25 minutes before or something, like just watching The Office and playing solitaire, just to like calm my
just relax
nerves.
your nerves.
And it really worked. So I love The Office, and like just playing soundtracks from The Office, so like I can fall asleep to it.
Dude,
I
I know
can
what
like
you're
calm
talking
down to
I know what
it.
you're talking about. That's me with How I Met Your Mother. Like every night after I play games with boys, I take a nice shower and I walk into the room just like, and like you see my, okay, you don't entirely see it, but like I have stereos, I guess you can call it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just have it blasting and I just watch How I Met Your Mother until I just fall asleep. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, I love The Office, so I played it, and it definitely calmed me down. I
Yeah.
kind of forgot I had an
Then you had an
interview coming up.
yeah.
But yeah. So then the guy called, and I picked up. You know, I was like listening to what he was saying,
Mm-hmm.
and but like in my head, sometimes it's like, oh wait, what'd you say? I was just thinking about how nervous I was.
Yeah.
You know, I was listening, but like I thought that, and then another time I was like, oh wait, what did he just say? You know, I was just thinking that I'm interviewing with Google. Like, how crazy is
Oh
that?
yeah, dude. Of all places, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I was nervous at first. I think maybe like after like 15 or 20 minutes my nerves really like went away.
Yeah.
They went down over time. But
Yeah. That's what
especially when
happens.
I saw the first problem was really easy. It was like stupid easy.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was just kind of like a benchmark.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
this guy code it all? Or
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
But yeah, I think it went good.
That's good.
For the most
good.
part. The guy was friendly. I heard that Google interviewers are friendly.
Yeah,
both of them were friendly.
Yeah, they should be. They should
Yeah.
be.
The second one was he was a little bit harder to hear. I think he was like in a bigger room. There was a bit of an echo, so it was like it was hard to be more friendly,
okay.
or like to like feel the
Friendly
friendliness.
vibes.
I
The
guess.
friendly
Yeah.
vibes, yeah.
But I could tell he was
Yeah.
nice
I don't-
and understanding.
I'd imagine they have like a more professional setting to do these kind of interviews,
Well, I think what
especially considering it's Google of all people.
they have their engineers interview us, since like the engineers like know what they're like know how to code.
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
makes sense.
I forgot how I was going with that, but basically, I don't think there's like a dedicated space. I guess he like took like a conference room or something. He like probably doesn't have an office, or doesn't have an office. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was okay with it.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, it was like a little bit harder to hear.
I mean,
it wasn't impossible.
if it got the job done, then I guess that's fine. You know.
Yeah, it did, and yeah, overall it was good. I think I did pretty good on my first interview, because I remember we were doing this one problem, and the guy pointed out that like I caught something that a lot of people usually fly over.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, bonus points, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was talking about
And then
oh yeah, most definitely. I just comprehended that a little more thoroughly.
Then I like finished my solution, and I was like, I feel like there's a probably a better way to do this, but I can't really think of one.
Yeah.
And then he gave me some hints, and I was like, okay, how about this or this? And I did say, for those that know what a while loop is, I said like, oh, could I use a while loop here instead of a for loop? And he said, yeah. I was like, okay, that helps, but I don't know like what the condition is.
Yeah.
And then he showed me the solution, since we were pretty much out of time.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wow, that's so clever. But I think he said like no one's really gotten like that super optimal solution before.
Oh, okay.
But what I did was like still pretty good.
Yeah, that is really good. That is really good.
Yeah, and then in my what were you gonna say?
No, I'm just nudging you on, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Then in my second interview, we started some pretty basic questions.
Yeah.
But I guess in my second interview, like the nerves had kind of gone away, and so I felt a little more. I didn't feel as focused, I guess, or I was focused, but like I was making little mistakes.
Yeah.
That the guy had to keep like hinting I was making that small mistake. I always make the smallest mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, that's
anyone that codes knows that the smallest mistake will ruin everything.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That one semicolon, you never know.
Well, dude. See, the thing is, like that semicolon, the code won't even compile, like so you can't run it. But I mean, stuff like that you don't notice that like we'll try to run, and then it just
like the commas or like where the numbers are
placed.
Well,
because my old professor called them logic errors.
Yeah.
Basically, like your code's gonna you think it's doing something when it's doing something else, but it won't tell you what's wrong because like the computer thinks it's right, like grammatically it's right, and so then you have to like search for what's wrong.
Yeah.
That's what's hard.
Yeah, or
that's part of what's hard. But yeah, I don't think I did as good in the second interview. But I thought it was still like good.
Still pretty good, yeah. Like so, like you feel like you have like a fighting chance.
I do. I do feel like I have a decent chance. I definitely feel better than before I went in my interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got the second guy was the one where I got to ask my questions. Do you have any questions about the company? And I got a lot of.
Man, I remember trying to help you with the interview, dude. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Like I was like, even when I told you, okay, so what's the objective here? Like, what do you need to find? What's the solution? I'm like, okay, like, because like, like when you're investigating something, you kind of want to know what you're looking for first. Even that didn't help me in this situation. I was like, oh my god, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I did a practice interview yesterday with my old mentor that graduated.
Yeah.
And out of all the like mock interviews I did, he was like, that was the interview where it like flowed the best. And then I actually did a mock interview with my old computer science teacher from high school.
Yeah.
Because I still keep in contact.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then that was probably the second like best flowing interview or practice interview.
Yeah.
But then like once I did the actual interview, then I realized that like, the people that I did interviews with who didn't really know what they were doing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's
most
where it was like
not.
the most like rigid.
Yeah. Wait, how did the interview with Justin go? Like how many interviews did he do with you? Did with you?
I think we only did one,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
We met up once, and it was before the new year.
Yeah.
It was like
I remember
because
I called you in because like
yeah,
I was like, yo, my sound interface just came in the mail.
I think that was the day we recorded the first episode.
That was the first day that we recorded the first episode.
Yeah, but it went all right. I think we picked like a harder question, maybe. I think we did a few questions, and one of them I was like, bro.
Hold on, I didn't rush the interview or anything, did I?
I don't remember, but at this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hold on. Technical
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, it's still running. Okay, cool.
Oh no, the laptop just locks.
Like screen lock. Yeah,
Save
but like
battery.
it still runs
Yeah.
in the back. Okay,
Save
yeah.
battery.
Yeah, technical issues. That's all,
fine.
guys. That's all,
It's
guys.
fine.
But yeah. Anyway, speaking of technical issues, headphones. So we're not exactly. Currently we don't have actual headphones to monitor ourselves as we speak. So my solution was to get a micro amp. Basically, what the micro amp is basically provides 4 more headphone jacks or ports,
Oh, okay.
and then I plug the amp itself into this interfacer, and then basically I can plug the headphones into the micro amp basically, and they're pretty affordable too. It's like $30 at most, depending on which one you get. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. So
I guess that's all right. I'd put it a little bit on the higher end.
it probably is, but like with all the gear I've been getting, like all the audio gear I've been getting.
Oh, you're saying like it's a nice price.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a nice face.
It is a nice
it's a welcoming appearance.
Yeah, it most definitely is. So I was like, I saw the price, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. I was like ready for like,
yeah.
I was ready for like another heart attack, but like, nah, I'm good. So, but camera situation is that's still bothering me though, still annoying me.
It's all right. This one podcast I listened to that I really liked, they started out as an audio.
Yeah. Is it my Sad Boys still?
Yeah.
I can't get into Sad Boys. I really can't.
I don't know, man. I think you need to maybe I need to pick a better episode.
I probably do, because like I've listened to like 3 now. I'm like, they don't really have. Yeah, I listened to like
Which
3.
ones?
It was like toxic masculinity and then like a self-esteem one. I think those are the 2 main ones. And then like there's another episode. I don't remember what it was. Basically, it was like
so you listened to them like all the way through?
Most of it.
Okay.
Mostly. And like this one episode is like they're introducing themselves to like their first video podcast, something like that. I still couldn't get into it. Like there's
okay.
I think the video port. There's nothing. I have nothing against the Sad Boys. I just want to make that clear. I think when I saw the first setup, I was like, wow, that looks unnerving.
Oh.
They just sat there and holding their microphones. I'm like,
well, it's supposed to be even more chill than your podcast.
yeah. I don't feel the chill there.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then like
I mean, I listened to the audio version while I was driving around last summer.
I'm gonna need to stick with the audio.
It's all right.
Honestly.
But I don't know. It definitely has its funny parts.
I sure hope so.
Ironically, so the podcast is called The Sad Boys, and they're like slogan, I guess,
is talk about feelings and emotions, something like that.
Yeah, we talk about like feelings and other things also.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's other things.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, dude, it's so funny to me, at least. Like, I think because I was listening over the summer, and I think like my face would like start hurting, like how much I was laughing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I laughed harder when we listened to the David So podcast during.
I think maybe it's like you have to listen to more recent episodes.
I might have to.
I don't remember, but I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, they stopped making episodes, but I've heard that they're trying to start up again.
Oh yeah, I kind of noticed that because like their last episode was like almost a year ago.
I think I think there was like 18 episodes.
It's funny enough because like one of the latest episodes, they're like one of the guys was saying he was grateful that he was able to do that on a consistent basis.
In the Sad Boys?
Yeah, in the Sad Boys.
Oh, I think they were talking about how they did like once a week or something.
Yeah, like the podcast. Yeah, that's the ironic part. That's one of their latest episodes. That's the ironic part. I was like,
yeah,
okay.
I might remember that.
Yeah. We were still in Houston at the time when we listened to it. Yeah, but I don't know. I think David Still right now is still my favorite podcaster.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, yeah. But H3, he's getting there for me. I mean, he gets a little dry during his podcast though.
I usually listen to or I watch the highlights instead of like the whole thing. I don't know, I find Ethan and Hila I find them really entertaining.
I think they're okay.
I discovered them, or like I actually discovered them like the day before Christmas, I think.
Was it this year or this past year?
Yeah, 2018. Well, because I've seen them before.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, but I didn't like dive into them.
Their podcasts. Yeah.
Or like any of their content.
Oh, okay. So like you knew of them, kind of.
kind of like when I like saw them again, I was like, oh, this looks familiar. I was like, I think I've seen them before. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I jumped into a hole and I never came out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I binged like a lot of H3. And then a few days ago, I noticed that. So you know, they're like multiple channels, right? They have like H3 Productions,
yeah.
and
like
then Ethan and Mila.
highlights.
Both of those haven't uploaded in a really long time.
Oh yeah.
They
most
only keep
definitely.
up with their podcast now.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's kind of sad.
It kind of is, but I think it's part of it because they have a child now, and that's what the problem is.
Oh, that's true.
Because I think like the latest video on like one of their one of the channels, it was like
8 months old.
Yeah, something like that. Who messaged me? I might need to take this. Okay. Anyways, yeah, as I was saying, crap. What was that? Yeah.
I really like their content.
I definitely like Ethan as when he, does other videos other than the podcast. Like that one video you showed me, his response video to MTV's. Yeah, dude, that was so good.
New Year's resolutions for white guys.
Yeah,
2017.
That was so amazing. It was like, "Am I woke yet?" And then like his wife was like, "Oh, you're pretty slept."
Oh yeah,
I love that. So,
yeah,
that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
But.
For those that don't know, like at the end of 2016, MTV made a video called Resolutions or New Year's Resolutions for White Guys.
Yeah.
And it went, as you can probably imagine.
Yeah, not so well. And like
had huge backlash. So much that they removed the video.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And you can't remove videos from the internet.
Oh yeah, most
especially when they
not.
blow up like that.
Yeah.
So honestly, them removing it is like embarrassing. Like that's embarrassing
it shows
by
them
itself.
that they're wishy-washy or something along the lines for sure.
Yeah, like if your video has that much backlash, like you're not gonna get rid of it. So you almost might as well leave it.
Just
up.
own up to it. That's really all you need to do. Like don't act like it never happened.
Yeah.
Just own up to it and move on. That's really what you need to do.
Do you remember like a line from the video?
I'm trying to. I just remember there's this white dude in there. All of a sudden, I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I remember. So they were talking about like racism. I think
so. Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, it was a black guy talking like or addressing like white guys.
Yeah.
And man, I don't remember what he was saying, but like then he said like, except y'all can have Kanye, and then he's like, Kanye, you know what you did.
I don't know what he's referring to.
He's referring to Kanye talking to Trump.
Oh, that's stupid. Well, that's not. Oh yeah, I think they showed a picture of him talking to Trump too.
Yeah, and then Ethan was like, all right, so you're gonna like fight against racism, but then you're gonna give up someone.
Yeah.
And then he was like, is this slavery?
Yeah. That's so good.
Dude, Ethan is so funny. He does like, he really pushes the line. Sometimes he does step over it.
Yeah.
But
oh, most definitely. But I think it's fine. I haven't seen anything I'd say offensive from him.
Did you see when like K-pop?
His K-pop one? Yeah. I was telling you about that one.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good because
the irony, dude, the hypocrisy.
Because K-pop was like demanding an apology.
Of course, yeah, that's how
him,
fandom is.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, I'm not going to apologize. Like if y'all are hurt that like I don't like your music.
Yeah.
I forgot how the whole thing started, but like
basically he was just saying he doesn't understand why it's popular in the Western culture.
Okay.
Or the Western society.
I mean, that's fair.
He definitely has a point, yeah. Because the Eastern standards for male figures, I guess that's the best way to say it. The standard for male figures is completely different over there.
Well, I mean, not even that. It's just like we don't music from other countries doesn't usually get big in the United States.
Well, I think it's more so on the other side of the world.
Well, like
because Latin music is still pretty popular in the West here in the United States. Because like we're in the same, like we're all categorized in the Western culture technically.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't hear a lot of music that's made outside of the U.S.
No, me neither. And maybe unless like when like language.
Like I'm not even
classes.
talking about like hemisphere or continent. Like I mean the country. But
Hold on, my dog's throwing me off. Just barking through the door. No, let me text my brother. Get the dog. Get the dog. Get the dog away from my door.
But either way, yeah. Ethan, they were like demanding an apology from him, and he was like,
it was so dumb.
"I'm not gonna apologize. Like if you're like so butthurt that like I don't like your music, then you have a lot bigger problems."
Yeah,
and I was like,
dude.
you know, he's got a point.
Dude, I remember this one. He was reading out this one tweet. This I forgot what the beginning was. It was like, wow, my day is ruined, because someone doesn't like K-pop, and then like, she updated that tweet. Update. What has this world gone to? I showed this to my mom, and she doesn't see the big deal behind this.
I don't remember that one.
No, it was like in the like response video. Like they're basically the follow up episode. Basically, they're just reading tweets that they've received. It was the funny. I thought that was like the funny part. It was like even her mom didn't seem to care that someone that some stranger on the internet doesn't like this music genre.
I very very vaguely remember.
Yeah, but like even if you don't, like just listen to that for what it is. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Like that's like this should give you like the idea of what the K-pop fandom looks like for the most part.
Well, maybe not for the most part. At least what's like public, like the public.
You mean like the vocal minority?
Yeah. Or no. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that. But I mean, I don't know.
It's possible.
It's very possible. But like, Rachel, she used to be a big fan of K-pop, dude. Like, I actually learned most of the toxicity through her. Like, yeah, it's a really toxic fan base because like stars would like the K-pop stars would get like threats from the fan base if they don't appeal to them. You know what I mean?
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah. So like basically, there's one K-pop. So like so like the easiest examples like this a few suicide cases amongst K-pop stardom the past couple of years, and that's due to the toxic fan base.
I've heard it's also due to management. I've heard that like they're
definitely
not allowed like to have girlfriends or anything.
Or stuff like that. Yeah. The management behind that is also like super toxic, as well. Plus the beauty standard as well in that industry is also like ridiculous. Like you notice how they all look the same?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. Like, because they all need to fit into that beauty standard, which is also really stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong, the women look good. I'll admit that, but like, still, you know, the standard is just toxic. That's really all I had to say. And then what else was there to say? There's something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, that's right. So like this leads to like another segment. It was kind of derived from The Last Jedi. Basically, that movie had like a huge backlash. You probably heard about it. Maybe not.
I haven't seen the movie.
But you've heard about the.
I don't know if I've heard about the backlash.
Yeah, but so let's just say that it's just so divisive to the point where even the fan base were against each other. That's how divisive it was. Like basically the movie was so polarizing to the point where the entire community was just split. Anyways, but the point I'm trying to get at is that the director Rian Johnson called out the people that was criticizing the movie. He basically accused them of just being toxic fans, or the fandom is just toxic because they didn't adhere to their standards. Mm-hmm. So like the question I'm imposing to you is, do you think toxic fandom is a thing?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, especially that we just built up that we literally just talked about toxic fandom in the K-pop industry. But here's the thing though, like the people he was calling toxic were given like legitimate criticism. Like it's their job to critique things.
Well,
and they're actual legitimate fans of Star Wars franchise.
I guess what I'm saying is it's possible, but just because you call it that doesn't necessarily mean it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, if you adjust like a certain fan base and you say, "Hey, y'all are being toxic fan base," that doesn't necessarily mean they are. You know, like it's an opinion. And I'm saying I think it's possible for fan bases to be toxic.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think they exist.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But I'm not saying like with the Jedi one it is, because I don't even know the situation.
Yeah, and like the K-pop industry alone proves that toxic fandom is very real and it's very possible. But the problem with The Last Jedi specifically was a lot of people were denying that toxic fandom as a whole does not exist, which is another issue, because it most definitely does. It most definitely does.
Oh, you're saying that they were denying it because they're denying that it exists because they're being accused of it.
Yeah, there's like two sides. There's most definitely two sides to it, and I say they're both wrong. Ryan Johnson himself, the fandom was not toxic. It was legitimate criticism, but the fandom is also wrong because they're talking about toxic fandom as a whole does not exist. Yeah, so like I think that's what the two went wrong is what I'm analyzing, but yeah, that's just my take on it, because there's a lot. It's kind of annoying people denying that it doesn't exist, but there's like artists accusing criticism of toxicity just because you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting with this. It's annoying. Yeah. It's an annoying thing to deal with.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm just waiting on you to say something, because like
I don't know. I mean, I can't really say much on the matter because like I don't know like what the situation is. I mean, like even if you describe it to me, like I haven't seen any comments or anything about it.
It's pretty bad.
So,
That's all I can tell
you. I'm not really up to date on it.
You don't seem to be in tune with entertainment media as.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good
barometer of where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most definitely. But
here, how about one thing I have kind of kept up with in entertainment media?
Yeah.
The Sonic movie.
Oh, yeah. Would you consider that toxic fandom?
Oh. I don't think it had to do with fandom. I think it had to do with like everyone who saw it or like saw the trailer. See,
okay.
So there's big backlash about the first model.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a little strange. I didn't like
super strange, dude.
I didn't really think much of it. I think what I thought was like, oh, I guess they're deciding to make him more lifelike.
Yeah.
Which is like unusual because he's like a cartoon character. And so I was like,
and of course, it didn't translate well.
To other people, it didn't translate well. To me, it was like something I kind of thought of, but like I didn't realize I was thinking about it, you know? Yeah. And then I saw all the backlash. I was like, whoa. Yeah, like it's I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about that specifically. Do you think that's toxic fandom?
That's not what a fandom is, though. So I'd say no.
I'd say it's a fandom.
They're
a fan of something and it didn't go their way.
I don't think it was coming from Sonic fans. I think it was just coming from anyone that saw the trailer.
I mean, that could be. Yeah.
See, like I went and watched Detective Pikachu, and I'm like, I'm not a raging fan of Pikachu, you know. But if there was like something controversial about like Pikachu's model, and I was to like say something negative about it, like that's not fandom, because like I just saw it and I said something about it. I wasn't like a fan.
Like, okay, you're just like a casual consumer, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude, because like I don't think people would care enough if they're not really like a fan of Sonic or like a real big fan of Sonic.
Oh, they would. Yeah, they would. People don't care about things, and then they see something. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying like they're starting to care, or you think they care because they make such a big deal out of it?
I don't think if they care, and they wouldn't make a big deal out of it if they care enough or don't care enough. You know what I mean? Because like so like the way I see it,
they care about like the model. They don't care about Sonic.
My deal is, the casual would point it out, but they wouldn't. That's not going to stop them from enjoying it, nonetheless. Is what I'm saying.
Say that again.
So if someone wasn't a non-fan, would probably point it out, but that's not going to stop them from enjoying it if they were to enjoy it. But while a fan would notice it, and that would stop them from enjoying it, or they care enough to the point where it stopped him from enjoying the movie as a whole.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think it was just general public backlash, not necessarily Sonic fans.
It could have been. It could have been the case. Yeah, it could have been the case.
Well, because like pretty much everyone knows what Sonic looks like, so
yeah.
anyone can like see
that
the model
they
came up with and be like,
but that doesn't necessarily mean
that?
everybody. That doesn't necessarily mean just because you know what he looks like doesn't mean you're gonna like care if. Hold on, where's he going with this? Just because they know they have a standard of what he looks like doesn't mean they're gonna automatically not like the new look. Is what I'm saying.
What?
Okay. Never mind. Let's pretend that.
But I mean, either way, there's backlash to the first model, and so they redid it. I think people were real okay with the new one.
Oh yeah, I think people are like. I think like the reception on the new one is actually overwhelmingly positive.
Really?
I think so.
Because when I saw the new one, I was like, all right, this kind of looks the same. I mean, it looks a little bit different, but it
looks more faithful to the source material.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't notice a huge difference when I saw it. I don't know. Maybe I just don't pay that much attention to detail. Maybe other people do.
It could be. Yeah.
All I know is I saw Sonic zooming around. I was like, yeah.
That's Sonic. Yeah, that's how Sonic should be.
I was I mean, Sonic's like one of my favorite cartoon characters.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never knew about that.
Yeah, Sonic's like the only character I play in Super Smash.
I completely forgot he's in Super Smash.
And so yeah, if the movie comes out like February 8th, I think, early February.
Oh crap! That's next month.
It's pretty soon.
Oh, that's very soon.
And if I wasn't in school, I would definitely go watch that. And I don't care if I was the only person in the movie theater or not.
I probably wouldn't either.
I would go watch that just because I love Sonic.
If I have the right friends that want to see it, then I'll go with them.
I'll go by myself. I don't care.
It's not a movie I care. Well, for me, it's personally like there's nothing I have against Sonic or the public reception of it. It's just that I just don't care enough.
Yeah.
To go see it myself.
Yeah, I get that, but I really like Sonic. Like
yeah. So like you're just like support nonetheless.
Yeah, Sonic was one of the first like cartoons I really got into when I was pretty young.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you remember back in the day you would wake up for Saturday cartoons?
Yep, mine was Transformers and Pokemon.
Yeah, Sonic was
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sonic X on
I think it's Cartoon.
Was it on CW?
No. Maybe no, I don't think so.
Well, because I didn't have Cartoon Network growing up, or at least like the channel.
Crap.
I know.
Could be.
I'm pretty sure the CW did like a Saturday thing for kids.
I don't know what the landscape of CW looked like back then. I just don't recall them doing cartoons very often, or at least on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was a Saturday morning thing.
Yeah, it could have been, because like I know that currently, so like CW right now, so like they're owned by Warner Bros. And Warner Bros. Guess what else they own? They own DC Comics. So right now, CW is mostly producing DC Comics related stuff right now, with some other teenage drama, with other pointless teenage drama.
Yeah,
like Vampire Diaries or something. I mean, I assume it's a lame drama, but
yeah.
And then now they're also producing cartoons specifically for their streaming app, using DC Comics content or properties.
Yeah.
So like that's really all CW is right now. It's kind of stupid.
I haven't really watched the CW in a long time. Yeah, we don't really watch TV anymore.
I don't like CW. I don't like the CW. They ruined they almost ruined one of my favorite superheroes. I would say that.
That's fair.
So,
I don't know. At least like CW when I was growing up
had cartoons.
Yeah,
on Saturday morning.
And it was one of my only channels.
It could have been Boomerang.
I don't think I had that either.
No, yeah.
I really didn't have that many
with
channels.
Cartoon Network.
I really didn't have that many channels.
Yeah, could have been ABC. Everybody has ABC, right?
Yeah, I had ABC, but I really doubt that was.
I'm thinking either CBS, ABC.
I'm pretty sure it's the CW.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna look this up. this is the nice part of having a team, or would be the nice part of having a team. They look it up while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess which channel? Sonic X.
Mm-hmm.
X. Come on. Yeah, I was gonna say Aaron, but oh wow, there's multiple TV channels.
Probably. That makes sense.
Okay, well that's a little difficult to pin down. Anyways, but
it doesn't matter.
we get the point. We get the point. It was a Saturday show.
Yeah.
That's all we get the point of. Speaking of CW though, do you know how they have like one of the biggest crossovers on TV network?
Mm-mm.
So basically, all their DC shows cross over with one another. They're all within the same continuity, basically.
Oh.
And then recently they did this.
That's fun.
It's pretty cool, but like basically, it's like basically Marvel, but on the TV, on the TV screen. And being on TV screen, the budget is like a lot smaller. It's a lot cringier. Basically, the effects are a lot cringier. Is what I'm gonna say.
Are TV series smaller budgets than movies?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, TV gets a lot smaller budget than actual cinema.
It's kind of counterintuitive.
Why'd you say that?
Well, because a TV show has a lot more airtime than a movie. Like an hour and a half movie.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. I don't know. I don't really know the logistics behind that, honestly.
I guess like one explanation is that movies have to have more of a storyline and more of like a climax. Like they have to fit more in less time.
Like a movie? You're talking
In
about
a movie.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah. But like, I think the problem is, I think TVs do get bigger budgets, but it's spread across
like
a bunch of episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's what it's like. I'm not in the entertainment industry, so I wouldn't know. But yeah. So back to what CW is like. They do something huge. Like they're attempting something big. So for the longest time, so you know DC cinema or the theatrical releases are also connected.
Okay.
They're trying to do what Marvel did, and for the longest time, the TV show had no continuity connections with what's on cinema. And
okay.
Yeah. Recently, oh man, it's crazy. They recently so like they did an adaptation of a storyline called Crisis on Infinite Earth from the comics. Basically, they just merged all of it together into one continuity. So all the Superman movies from the 80s, it's in the same continuity as the TV shows in this modern day and age. Let that sink in, dude. Like how crazy that is.
What?
Yeah, so like okay, so Superman movies from the 80s
Yeah.
are in the same continuity as the TV shows that are coming out today.
It's just no timeline.
Well, DC Comics or just comic books in general,
No relative timeline.
The thing with DC Comics is, or just comics in general, they have this thing called they have a multiverse story or universe or multiverse setting, so like they can do virtually whatever.
Yeah.
So like, but like that's just crazy to think about. Just let that sink in though. Like all those movies, or all those older movies and older TV shows that are in the same continuity as TV shows now.
Mean, it's odd, but I mean, I believe it happened.
I think it's I
don't see it as like, I guess I don't see it that surprising.
I say it is because like you would never expect something like that to happen.
I mean,
or
maybe like you as someone who keeps up with this kind of stuff more, maybe you don't expect that, but like I don't find it that surprising. I mean, it's odd. I don't think it happens. Like it's not a common thing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But
because you never expect How I Met Your Mother and Friends to be in the same continuity. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Think about that. Or like,
well, I'm saying I think it's different with superheroes.
It could be,
like
because they are technically
stuff.
Under the same universe, anyways.
Yeah, because I'm saying like TV shows have like their own world.
Yeah.
But like superheroes.
Oh, like so, like we're just saying is you imagine this being a thing with superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that why that's the case. Yeah. Anyways, hold on. Where are we in? 50 minutes in?
Yeah.
50 minutes in. There's something else I want to talk about. I don't remember what it was. Oh well. I guess we just cut it off here because I'm a little dry. I'm hungry.
Oh, you are hungry,
yeah,
right?
I am hungry. So maybe if we eat like last time, it's just like
then come back.
Eat and come back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
You have anything else you want to add, or just say?
I would just like to say shout out to public libraries.
Is that yeah? Because that's what you've been studying for the internship.
That's where I've been studying because while I'm not at school, like while I'm not at UT, there's not a lot of places I can study because of course at a school as big as UT, there's so many spots to study.
Yeah.
But when I come back home and I need to study, there's just not that many study spots.
Yeah,
and I don't really want to study at my house. There's too many distractions.
Yeah. Plus that tiny room.
Yeah, and then so usually like the places I can go, like I need Wi-Fi for my laptop and iPad, and so that already narrows down where I can go.
Yeah.
Then usually it ends up at like a restaurant, which makes me feel obligated to buy something
To eat, yeah.
But public libraries, I don't have to buy anything.
Yeah,
and
you just
usually
go in.
they're quiet. They're not that quiet that often.
Yeah.
Yeah, so PSA, you're supposed to be quiet in the library.
Yeah, go figure.
A lot of people don't know that.
I don't think people would recognize that libraries exist anymore.
Maybe, yeah, I've over this last 30 days, I've come to appreciate public libraries a lot more.
Hold on. Oh, here's the thing with libraries though. Like, do you still see libraries as places to check out books? Anymore? Or do you see it as?
I'm not much of a bookworm.
Yeah.
So
you see it more as like a place of productivity.
Yeah, for me.
For you, yeah.
For me, at least.
I don't see it as checking out books anymore because I barely read other than comic books. Maybe not.
Well, I think you're right. Especially with the internet blowing up.
Oh yeah.
But I still do think, I mean, when you think about it, local governments are the only entity that is going to create anything like a library.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would profit off a library? That'd be a terrible business.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So public libraries are essential for any kind of books available to the masses.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think they're necessary.
I'm not saying that whether they're necessarily or not, but
I'm not saying they're necessary. I'm saying that it's not going to come from anywhere else.
No, most definitely not. But my approach is that with the modern day, the way things are evolving and how we get information is I don't see people going to the library for information anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're saying.
So so what I'm saying is.
Are you saying check out books to research?
Or just check out books in general.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, do you see a library as a place? Do you still see a library as a place you go to check out books, or as a place you just get things done?
For me, it's to get things done.
Yeah. I think it's. I mean, I think it's just in general, just get things done.
But I still think it's important, that libraries.
I don't doubt that. But you know what I mean, right? That's just the way people use it as now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I go to the library, I usually see people on their laptops.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
And I'm one of them.
Yeah, there you go. My point exactly.
I did see a book at our local library. I've seen a few that I'd be interested in looking through at least. But I was leaving yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yesterday was my last day of prep for my interview. I didn't want to do any prep today. I just wanted to wake up late and do my interview. So as I was walking away, I noticed a book called How Google Works. And I was like, this is a sign.
The perfect, it's calling to you, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I might go back and read some of it.
You should, especially if you get the internship.
Well, I mean, if I get the internship, I'm going to know how Google works.
Well, I feel if you don't get the internship, I know
how search engines work, though, for the most part.
Yeah.
That's public information. Just most people don't read it.
Yeah.
Google has published documents how they search.
I don't doubt that. Or even not Google themselves, just other people in general.
Well, I don't know if other search engines do, but I know for a fact, or I'm pretty certain that Google has.
Yeah. Hold on, I was about to say something. I literally legit blanked out. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, what do you plan on doing if you don't get the internship? Do you plan on still applying
to Google?
To Google, yeah.
Oh yeah. I applied to Google maybe 4 times before I got this interview.
Yeah, because I remember
maybe more.
Because I remember we were having a conversation we just got to keep trying until
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
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 I think that's how that topic
I
started.
think that's the first
when I
episode
mentioned
too,
that.
probably.
Yeah, but yeah, that was like one of the things I was told from like recruiters. Like keep applying.
Keep it playing.
Because if you don't keep applying, you don't have a chance at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I don't get the internship, of course I'll keep applying.
Yeah.
But in terms of like this summer, I need a job
Yeah.
to make money.
Yeah.
So I'll apply like to other places.
Do you plan on going back to Shake Shack ever?
So for those that don't know, I used to work at Shake Shack. And I thought about going back so I worked there summer 18, and then I thought about going back like during the winter, like during winter break, to make a few dollars. And I figured like they'd probably need help. Is that a plane?
That's a plane.
That's pretty loud.
It might not show in the Audacity, but yeah.
I doubt it. But anyway,
we're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it nonetheless. Oh well.
So before school ended, I was still like jobless for the summer.
Yeah.
And I was feeling pretty discouraged, honestly, because I applied to a bunch of places and didn't hear back. And I was kind of like, well, if I don't get a summer internship, I kind of rather not just get like a crappy job and earn like some money.
Yeah.
Like I think I would rather either like go all out on summer school.
Yeah.
Or because I'm gonna need to take summer classes either way. Or I'd rather just go all out on summer school, or do like some summer school and work on mobile development.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then, because I've been wanting to create an app, slap ads on it, generate revenue.
Yeah. I remember me and my friend, we were joking. Well, we were kind of joking, but like he wanted to work out this business idea. Basically, he just wanted to make it like a mobile app or something and just profit off of it. Yeah. And all we did was joke around about having ads. Ads
make money.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. How do you think Zynga is still in business? Every game they make are loaded with ads.
Zynga.
It's a mobile game developer.
Okay.
Basically,
it sounds familiar, but I'm not thinking of.
Like if you play a lot of mobile games as a younger age, you'll probably come across it before.
Probably. Yeah, mobile ads make a lot. Like any free platform, it probably has ads.
Most definitely.
Like Facebook, YouTube.
How else are you gonna make money?
Big ones, yeah.
Yeah, and like now websites are asking you to turn off ad blocking. Wait, hold on. How are ads monetized, or like how do you gain from ads? Is it like per view, or like, or do like the advertiser pay you a certain sum just to have it on?
So I think for like TV ads, you get paid, so the advertiser pays like the host or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want this many minutes or seconds of airtime. And then the host is like, okay, that'll be this many dollars.
Yeah.
But in terms of like internet, I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure it's, so if you were let's say you were YouTube and I was like someone who wanted to advertise, I would say, here's a like 30-second ad, right? Please host this. And then you're gonna be like, all right. So however, say you show like 5 people this ad, right? And you make, it'd be 5 times however many views. So I think it's per view.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. The kind of
because it's easy to count per view.
Digitally. If you're on the internet or something like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's why people were asking to turn off ad block.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, why do they need us to turn off ad block?
Yeah,
it's already on the website.
Because if they don't show you views, then they don't.
Yeah.
Or if they don't show you ads, then they don't make money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway.
Yeah, but ad block, if there's someone out there, like H3H3, who like you really enjoy their content and they make money from ads, don't use ad block on them.
Yeah. That's where the way to support them.
Yeah, you're harming their.
But then again, like I guess influencers in his position also have the chance to do sponsorships though.
They do, but
I mean, you still have to keep
it's
viewing
a
those
decision.
videos.
You know, it's a business decision, though.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Um,
But like, I mean, you can also know to do sponsorships to keep them afloat as well.
that's true.
Yeah, but then again, you also need to view their stuff so that sponsors would want to work with them to begin with. Because if you're not getting this many views, the sponsors probably won't want to work with you.
That's true.
So
yeah. I mean, there's multiple ways to go about it. I mean, I kind of do prefer sponsorships.
oh, most
Because
definitely.
you can jump through it real fast.
Oh yeah. I'd rather, if I'm gonna be advertised something, I'd rather want to have it come from someone I trust. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to listen to this. Okay, so for example, a shoe company sponsors someone that is very involved with men's fashion or lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
Let's say some gamer that wears baggy pants
Mm-hmm.
and wears dad's shoes. I don't want that. I don't want him to advertise me a shoe brand.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, it has a bunch of ads. Honey.
That is true.
Honey has so many ads, and I don't use Honey because of how many ads they have. Like, all their ads make them seem really suspicious.
Honey's legit though.
I've heard
It's
it's
legit,
legit, but I don't know.
Dude, trust
I
me.
guess it's a boycott by me.
In your position, dude, Honey's gonna be your best friend.
See, the thing is, Honey works on Amazon.
Honey
right?
works on everything or almost everything.
Okay, never mind. Because I thought Honey was only on Amazon, and I don't like shopping on Amazon that much.
I think what Honey does is it searches the entire web to find you the best deal.
Oh no, I'm saying when you buy something from Amazon,
Mhm.
then you.
Oh
use
yeah,
Honey.
then it'll show you other results from the same
Yeah,
site.
but I'm saying if I was to like buy from Best Buy online, would Honey still work?
It should.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't really. I'm skeptical about Honey and how they make a profit.
Another thing you could do is use this thing called Shop Tagger. Basically, what Shop Tagger does is it's a web browser extension. It's also a mobile app. Basically, you find a product, copy the link of it or the URL of it, save it into Shop Tagger, and Shop Tagger notifies you when it goes on sale.
Oh, that's nice.
It's super good. Like, I have it for clothing, of course, and I saved nothing on it because I haven't bought anything through it yet. Anyways,
Nice.
but yeah. I think you should try a Shop Tagger. Honey and Shop Tagger are like gonna be like the two best friends. Oh, another cool thing about Shop Tagger is I should be sponsored by these guys, please. Basically what Shop Tagger does is it also notifies you when something goes back in stock,
Oh, that's good too.
and the opposite as well. Or it also notifies you when it's low in stock,
Mm-hmm.
or when it's coming back into stock. Yeah, it's a pretty good thing, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it's mostly marketed towards people shopping for clothes, but with the way their URL system works, it works with anything really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know. I would consider using Honey, because I mean, if it's legit in terms of like it working,
yeah,
then like, duh, why wouldn't you use it?
yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, so with like everything I know about computers and like all my intuition,
yeah,
I can't help. This is like unconfirmed, of course. I haven't done my research, but I can't help but think Honey is doing like suspicious stuff with your data,
it's very possible.
and that's why I haven't.
Yeah,
That's why I haven't used Honey.
maybe you could talk to the Google engineers.
Well, I don't need to talk to them because like, well, I mean,
maybe they'll give you.
I don't need to talk to them to like get theories about how Honey.
Okay, to get theories, but what about just more information in general?
Well, I mean, just because they're.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they have an understanding how it works.
I mean, man, how do I put this in words? So Google employees, like, of course, have like no relation to Honey.
Yeah,
They're just like more likely to know, just like
just the way it functions
their
based off
job
what they
position.
do. Yeah.
But I feel like I have a lot of intuition about how things work. Like I remember, do you know Edward Snowden?
I feel like I've heard of it. I think you talked about it to me before.
I might have. He was like the whistleblower on the NSA in 2013.
NSA.
National Security Administration.
Yeah, okay. I maybe just keep talking.
When there was like conspiracies that the government was like watching you through webcams and
oh yeah.
Edward Snowden was like, "Hey, it's for real," because he worked for the NSA.
Oh. Dang.
Uh.
Don't jack off then.
crap. Where am I going with this? What was I saying before?
You were
that?
talking about you have suspicions of where things were.
Oh, okay. So I was watching Edward Snowden on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about how cell phone towers like keep logs of like where you were, because your phone pings to the cell phone tower, and then the cell phone tower keeps or keeps logs, and then you can triangulate based on other cell phone towers. He was kind of saying like how that's a privacy breach in a way, because your SIM number is basically a unique ID, and so like if you're the owner of that SIM, like they know who you are and where you were.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah. To me, that's not surprising. I see how that could be for other people. Like no one.
I mean, how else does 911 track your call? Sometime. That's kind of what gave it away for me. How 911 just tracks your call. Like,
well, that's how people. I don't think that's how GPS works, but that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's how like detectives can figure out where you were. Yeah, but like anyway, like I was saying, like like I kind of already knew that. Like it wasn't surprising to me. It was kind of intuitive. That's why I'm saying like I'm suspicious of how Honey makes money, because like
I think Honey has advertisers as well.
Oh, it does?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I don't know. I might check it out, but if they don't have ads, then like being sketchy with your data is like the only possible way they make money.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think Honey checks out though from the times I've used it. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll consider it.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of Honey, I want food.
Yeah.
So
speaking of Honey, this episode brought to you by
I freaking wish. Honey, please sponsor my 2 viewerships with my 2 viewership.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Austin Consola, my only supporter. Freaking so he's Mark's friend, but I met him through Mark, and he's one of Mark's New Mexico friends in New Mexico. He supports me more than Mark does. You suck, Mark. I hope you remember that one time you ripped your pants? Yeah.
Bro, that was so funny.
Dude, I don't remember the lead up to it. Like I just remember
he was trying to jump over.
Yeah, I remember
that. Half wall.
I just remember turning my head, and then he just his pants was ripped. That's all I remember.
Bro, that's one of the best. Like, hey, do you remember when?
Yeah. I can't. Well, for me, not entirely, because I think I have to watch the build up to it to really appreciate it.
Well, I think what makes it even funnier is that we were about to perform a concert.
Oh yeah, we're getting lined up. We're about to get on stage too. This is a middle school band, by the way.
Yeah, bro, that was so funny. I remember hearing the rip.
I just remember roasting him in front of a girl, like during the prep, right before that too. It was the same day and the same event and everything. That's all I remember.
Good times.
Good times, dude.
Yeah.
I miss Mark. He probably doesn't miss us though. You suck, Mark.
No, I haven't seen Mark in so long.
The funny part is even Mark's friends in New Mexico roast on him.
Mark just seems like a roast.
Yeah, like it's like wherever Mark goes, Mark's the butt of the joke everywhere he goes. I think he knows that too, and he feeds off that. Yeah. Which is what makes Mark a good friend, I'd say.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah.
Mark's a good friend.
He definitely is, and like
I haven't seen him in so long. Like, I really want to see him again.
I think what he told me is he gotten fatter. That's what he told me. I think
he told me that too. I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for like anyone, really.
Yeah. Like, dude, I've gotten fatter.
Probably.
You haven't gotten weight. You have gotten weight, dude. You look the same, not gonna lie.
I feel like my body doesn't really change.
Maybe you might have gone like a couple of centimeters taller.
I grew 1 inch. Actually, I don't think I want to publicly disclose this. I think we'll pass on my health statistics.
Another time.
Yeah.
Another time. Anyways, yeah, for real though, oh my god, I'm like legit hungry. My stomach's starting to hurt because of it. Anyways, yeah, I'm wrapping this up. All right. Okay, bye.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Nope, we're done here.
Proper